Hi, everyone. Today we're going to practice some heart words number 2. Lots of these are tricky words, so they don't follow the rules. You can't just sound them out. They're not CVC words. So we're going to practice those and kind of see some things that are similar with them. So one of the first words, and I'm just going to switch to my document camera. So there we go. One of the first words is A-L-L, all. And so this is kind of tricky because the A sounds like an O. That's why there's a heart above the A. So all, and there's double consonants at the end, 2 L's. And we know that if there's 2 consonants, we just say it one time. A-L-L spells all. So with that word, we can take a guess. And this word, we just add a k in front of the word all. So a strategy you can use when you come to a word that you don't know, if you know part of it, you can chunk it up. And so if you know A-L-L spells all, just add a k to the beginning, call. And then if we change the C to an F, that word is fall. And then if we add SM to the beginning, we can cover up the, still has a word in a word, all, small. Okay. Now here's another tricky word. It pops up a lot of the time when we're reading. And to sound this out, I usually just look at the beginning, which is P, and then the last sound is T. And if you put those sounds together, you get put, put. So the U doesn't sound like a kind of sounds like a All right. So then this one is kind of the same. They both begin with PU. So instead of P-A, you say P-O, pull, like pull the door open. Okay, here's a tricky word. This one, you just have to know it. You can't sound it out. And so this word is come, come. And then can you guess what that word's going to be? Some. And then this one is kind of similar, except it ends in N-E instead of M-E, and it's done, like I'm all done. Now here's a tricky word, and it is both. So the O says O, both. And the TH on the end, it's a soft TH, so it says like in thumb. So that word is both, like I want both of the options. Here's a tricky word too, D-O. D-O, what should I do? You just have to know that one. And then this one, it's a color word, blue, blue. All right. Grab some more words there. So this isn't too bad of one. It has 2 words in a word, so we can chunk it up. That word says in, and this one, to, into. And then this one was kind of like that other word we saw before. So let's look at the beginning. Oh, full. Sometimes if we just look at the beginning and an end of a word, we can guess what the middle part is going to sound like. Now here's a really tricky word. It's hard to figure out because you cannot sound it out. Have you guessed what this word? It's one. the number 1. So you just have to remember that. O-N-E spells 1. Now here's a word that kind of goes with it. It does have O-N-E in it, so that might give you a little bit of a clue. But there's also a rule that if a E is followed by, or if there's a C and then E, the C says S. So that word is once. So it's kind of like one, once, like once upon a time. Buy, this is a tricky word. Buy, like I want to buy some groceries. And there's a rule that usually if there's an O at the beginning of a word, it does say O. So in this word, it says old. And then if you add a C to the beginning, it's got a word in a word. If you know that's old, you chunk it up and then add K, old, cold. And then if we add an H to the beginning, old, hold. Now here's some tricky ones. This one's kind of hard. Could. Could. You just have to know that one. C-O-U-L-D spells could. And then this one has the same ending. It rhymes, would, but we're going to add a W in front. So would, would. And then this one here, would. Now the OR is tricky. It doesn't sound like or, it says work. All right, so there you have it. Heart words number 2. Practice those at home. And if you say the letters out loud too by spelling the word, that kind of helps your brain remember too. So for example, oldie spells old. All right, have a good rest of the day. And we'll see you next time.